You guys removed about 96% of the dye.
Oh my gosh. Yay! I can't believe we got 96% removed. But how did we get there? Let's take a look. Our main goal in creating the water filter was making sure it had the best performance possible so we could remove the most dye possible. And our secondary goal in creating the water filter was making sure it was 100% recyclable, because not only did we want to reach that stretch goal, but we also care about the environment.
So for our first iteration for the project, we used 3 different types of media, which included sand, activated charcoal, and aluminum oxide. And as for our first iteration, we tested different types of media, and we thought that more media would mean higher dye removal. Yet, as we found, more filter paper and more media does not correlate to a higher dye removal rate.
Since it was our first iteration for the project, we were simply trying millions of different combinations in hopes of finding an adequate combination of media materials to both filter quickly and effectively. Our dye removal percent for the first iteration turned out to be 56%, while the time to filter 10 milliliters turned out to be 5 minutes and 2 seconds. We weren't very happy with the results, which is why we altered a lot of things for the second iteration.
So for our second iteration for the project, we removed aluminum oxide because we found that it wasn't as effective as the other media in helping filter rate and dye removal. And we switched exclusively to coarse filter paper because we found it to be much more effective in helping the flow rate and also removing as much dye as possible.
So for our second iteration, we definitely had more knowledge on the subject, and we were able to judge what could work best based off of our observations on the first iteration. We ended up with a 66% dye removal and a 3-minute 48-second time to filter 10 milliliters. And while it was better than the first run, we definitely found that the combination of the sand simply beginning to fail on us, and the fact that we knew we had to test other combinations of media to get a result we were happy with, resulted in us moving on to a different arrangement for our final iteration.
So for our third and final iteration, we decided to remove the sand from the project because while it helped initially, we learned that as it went on, it became increasingly dyed red and more compact and did more hardening good. So we also learned that washing the activated charcoal before using it helped to increase the dye removal for the project, and after we did said changes, we learned that we got the best results.
For the third and final iteration of ours, we finally found a setup that helped us to receive results that we were happy with. The 96% removal rate, which turned out to be best in the class, and the drop to 2-minute 7-second time to filter 10 milliliters clearly proved that we made the correct decision to change solely to activated charcoal. We finally found an acceptable outcome for our expectations, and upcoming here is one of our trials for our third iteration setup.
It's legit just like a big question.
Now let's go farther into our final iteration and examine each of the components specifically. I'll start with the basic structural elements and then move on to the nitty-gritty details. The backbone of our filter is the cylindrical housing which holds the media and other filtration materials. At the bottom of the housing is the end cap, which has approximately a 1/8 inch hole drilled into the center for water to exit the filter. This housing unit rests inside a medium-sized styrofoam cup, which allows for stability as well as a mode of water collection. Now to get into the materials doing the actual filtering, we start at the top of the housing with a coarse filter paper attached via rubber band. Inside is a small layer of activated charcoal, which is the first contact point for the dirty water. Beneath this, at the bottom of the housing, is a much thicker layer of activated charcoal, which rests on top of another piece of coarse filter paper. As it's functioning, water runs through the first layer of activated charcoal and filter paper, then drips down into the second layer where it pools up, until it finally seeps through and exits the filter cleaner than how it started. The final design element of our filter was adding a little bit of pizzazz with some colorful pipe cleaners and the personal touch of our logo on the side of the housing.
So money-wise, we actually ended up with only $3 left after buying a bunch of unneeded material, such as the sand, aluminum oxide, and fine filter paper. But after using solely what we used, our total cost added up to $50 for housing, $25 for an end cap, $35 for the charcoal, $30 for the filter paper, $6 for the styrofoam cup, $1 for the rubber band, and $12 for the pipe cleaners, which is a total of $159, which we thought was relatively efficient because it barely exceeded half of the allotted money limit. Overall, we were extremely happy with the results for our project. Having 96% dye removal turned out to be the best mark in our class and definitely made our hard work worth it. Had we had more time to fix and perfect the design, we most probably would have experimented with different amounts of charcoal on each layer of the filter. We found that as we were testing, if we added a little more than usual of charcoal on the top or bottom of the filter, the dye removal and filter rate were always slightly altered. Therefore, we could have potentially found the perfect amount of charcoal in each layer with a little bit more time. Yet, we had a great time with the project, and each of us found it was one of the more interesting things we've done in college so far. The hands-on experience of actually being able to build something rather than completing a worksheet or writing a paper, which is what we do in most other classes, allowed us to truly become engineers for ourselves rather than simply watching others. We would gladly do it all over again, and we can't wait for the next project of ours.